Hmm. Today we'll learn a new chapter. In that, game is there, video is also there, and quiz is also there at last. Let us start the session. We have the tickle the brain fast. Now, Ans, can you tell me what can you see in this picture? Can you see?
Ma'am, the tree is cutting.
Okay, a man who is cutting down the trees, right? So, do you imagine, do you think what happen if the trees are cutting down like this? Big, big trees. See how big it is, right? So what happen? Is it effects to our environment if we are cutting down the trees?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So what is the main reason why we are cutting down the trees? The humans. Maybe they need for that. That's why they are cutting down, right? Hmm? So,
Yes,
so
ma'am.
what are the uses of need? So that means we are using for furniture, we are using need for what the wood. Then for the home also we are using the wood. Hmm. And now also because of why deforestation is happening, because of we are constructing buildings and we are setting new towns, shopping malls. So we want a large area. So that's why deforestation is happening. We are cutting down the trees, right? So what
Yes,
happens if we are cutting down the trees? Then what happens? That means it is a very bad effect. It will be happen to our environment. What? No rain because of deforestation. Yes or no? And from where do
yes,
we get the oxygen? As we know that oxygen, the trees are they purify the air, right? Their skin also, the outer part of the trees, they also it also absorb the pollutant gases from the environment. So if trees are not there, we are cutting down the trees, then how who will observe that? And from where we get the oxygen? It purifies the environment, it purifies the air also. So these are many problems. So what happened? What is the what problem if we are cutting down the trees? Hmm? So why do humans cut down trees? Because of their need. Okay, because of they setting down the new towns, shopping malls, and they need the trees. So that's why they cutting down the trees. So are animals also losing their habitat because of deforestation? Ans? Animals
yes,
also they lost their habitat. Yes or no?
yes, ma'am.
What do you mean by habitat? Already we have learned about that lesson. Do you remember? Did you remember that? Habitat.
Yes,
Yes, what is habitat? Yes, Ans?
yes, ma'am.
What is habitat?
What is habit?
Habitat, not habit. Habit is something we know. Habitat. Already we'll know. So habitat means nothing. It is the habitat is giving the place where the animals can live. This is the habitat. And their habitat gives them the food, the shelter, and water to the animal. Suppose the habitat for the monkey is tree. They are living in the trees. So this is their habitat. The place where they are living. So this is the habitat for that particular animal. Is this clear?
Yes, ma'am.
As we know also the trees also give what shelter to many animals. What do you mean by shelter? Shelter is nothing but it is the home for the animal in which they are living, right? Yes, Hans? So,
Yes, ma'am.
as we know, the trees also what gives shelter to many animals, right? So those who are staying, those birds and the animals that are staying in the trees also, they lost their habitat. Yes or no? They lost their shelter, right?
Yes,
If we cut down the trees, have you think where the animal will live? Those who are staying in the trees, where do they go? They lost their habitat. Yes, Hans, what happened?
no anything, ma'am.
Huh. Now concentrate here. Don't okay to the on your screen only. So I want you should enjoy the class like every day. Now in the second picture also once, can you see how much trees are cutted down here? Is it good to the environment if we are cutting down the trees?
It's not good for our environment.
Ah, very good. So what are the bad effects of cutting down the trees? Many animals lost their shelter, right? And
Shelter,
yes,
habit, etc.
and we are also getting the food from the, also we are eating the wood leaf, we are eating the different parts of the plant already we discussed. Hmm? So we are getting also, plant gives us food also. If we are cutting down, then we lost all these things. Hmm? So now tell me, Hans, you support those who are cutting down trees? Yeah, you are not agree. Do you support for the cutting down of the trees?
No.
No, because you know that. So if cutting down trees are not good for the environment, right, Hans?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, so this is for you. Great job and well done. Because Hans has given the right answer. So that's why. Now open your notebook, quickly write down the topic name. Today we'll know deforestation. What do you mean by deforestation? Deforestation means cutting down of trees.
Ma'am, what is date today?
Date is 18. Period is 43. Write down the date, period, and the topic name.
Done, ma'am.
Good boy. Okay. So can you see in this picture? That means cutting down of trees is known as deforestation. This is known as deforestation. Cutting down of trees of a large amount. Okay. More and more trees. When cut it down, then we can say this as deforestation. So what is deforestation? Deforestation defined as that deforestation is the permanent destruction of the forest. Can you see? This is known as deforestation. It is the permanent what? Destruction. What do you mean lost? It will not come again. So it is the permanent destruction of forest in order to make the land available for other uses. That means why deforestation is happening? This is what they are for what industrial and agricultural and the urban uses. So for this, they are cutting down the trees. So this is known as deforestation. So in simple terms, it means the filling and clearing of forest, cover or trees plantation in order to accommodate agriculture, industrial or urban uses also. And sometimes to set a new city also, deforestation is happening. So what is deforestation? Cutting down of trees in a large amount. This is known as deforestation. Is this clear for you once?
Yes, ma'am.
Now in your notebook, write down these 2 lines. First 2 lines write down. First 2 lines from here. Why? Where to here? Deforestation is the permanent destruction of forests in order to make the land available for other uses. Read and write quickly.
Done, ma'am.
Good boy. So is it clear what is deforestation?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Why deforestation is happening? Because of what?
Permanent destruction of forests in order to make the land available for other
Other
uses.
uses. Why? Because of agriculture, industrial, urban uses. Because of this, their deforestation is happening. This is the main reason. Okay. So picture study. So what can you see in this picture? What we call this?
Cutting down the trees.
So what is the term using for this?
Yes, ma'am.
What is the term cutting down of trees? What we can say this? Which term is used here? Cutting down of trees means what? Deforestation. What?
Yes, deforestation.
Deforestation. So this is
Yes.
deforestation. It meaning cutting down of trees in a large area. So deforestation is happening here. So there is a video. Now I want you to watch the video. What is deforestation?
Deforestation means cutting or clearing of trees or forests over a large area for the facilitation of human activities. It is a serious environmental concern since it can result in the loss of biodiversity, disturbances in the water cycle, damage to natural habitats, and soil erosion.
So what? Biodiversity, water cycle, it also harms and natural habitats. The
मैम
habitat.
हमने देखा नहीं नेटवर्क प्रॉब्लम हो गया था
Yes, beta.
हाँ नेटवर्क प्रॉब्लम आपकी तरफ से होने की वजह से मैं देख नहीं पाया
Acha. So this was the started now deforestation.
Deforestation means cutting or clearing of trees or forests over a large area for the facilitation of human activities. It is a serious environmental concern since it can result in the loss of biodiversity, disturbances in the water cycle, damage to natural habitats, and soil erosion. Deforestation is also a major contributor.
These are the what effects of deforestation: biodiversity, water cycle, natural habitat, soil erosion. All points we'll discuss.
Due to global warming and climate change. Let's see the causes of deforestation. Agriculture. Trees are cut to provide land for cultivation and agriculture. Housing. People cut trees to provide land for housing.
Why they are cutting down the trees? They are cutting down the trees for what house also. And earlier one, why they are cutting down the trees? If they want for agriculture, they want a big place. Yes. So that's why if there are any trees are coming, so they are cutting down the trees.
Agriculture. Housing. People cut trees to provide land for houses, buildings, and factories. Fuel. Wood
Fuel
from
also.
trees is burned.
We are using the fuel for we are using the wood also for as a fuel. So that's why for the fuel also they are cutting down the trees.
Then used as fuel for cooking and
For
other
cooking.
activities. Furniture and paper.
Furniture and
Trees are
paper
cut
also.
to obtain wood. Wood from trees is used to make furniture and paper. Natural causes. Deforestation also occurs due to natural causes like forest fires.
Forest fires. This is known as forest fires. Then another reason is forest fire. Deforestation is happening because of forest fires.
Flood, climate change, and drought. We should try to stop deforestation. Here are some ways. Very good, buddy. Plant a tree. Growing more trees is the easiest way to help your planet.
Okay.
Don't
So we
print
have to plant more trees.
unnecessarily. Try to avoid printing any files you're still not sure you really need. Prefer buying recycled goods and products. A recycling icon on the product means it was made from renewable resources. Cattle breeding requires millions of tons of food of plant origin each year. Avoid eating meat and save plants easily. Don't use firewood for a fireplace. Make sure your personal comfort and luxury does not harm the whole environment. Don't buy palm oil. Palm oil is made using palm trees. Every hour, the area of about 350 football fields of wood is cut off for making this type of oil. This is definitely not a necessity. Support manufacturers that have little or no harm to nature. Avoid buying any products and goods produced by companies which are responsible for deforestation.
Okay.
Cooperate with NGOs that fight against deforestation. Population control is another indirect method to save trees and forest areas. To ensure a greener environment, you all must join the efforts in reducing deforestation. Now you know a lot about deforestation. Stay tuned for more videos. Bye-bye.
Okay, so these are the cause of deforestation. So avoid this all to reduce the deforestation. Means avoid using of fuel, like we are using fuel as wood. So avoid this using. So what happened? Deforestation is what? Reduce. Now think and answer. Now, can you see this? If deforestation is happening, then what happened? Where do the animals live? And think, if deforestation is happening, where do the animals live? Can you see the animals? They are no doubt they are staying in the what? Trees, yeah, in the forest. If we are cutting down this all, then where do they live? Where do they go? What do you think? Hans?
Yes.
Where do they live? If the forest cut down the forest, then where will they live?
They will get dead.
Dead. Okay, immediately they will not dead. They will go some other places also. Otherwise, they come to us also in our home, houses. Have you heard also in newspaper also coming elephants are what? They are coming to the village area. Other animals also, they are entering to the village area. Why now they are entering the village area? Because of the they are not getting the food from the forest because of the deforestation. So they are coming, they are searching for the food. Where they are getting, so they enter to the villages also. Okay. So where do the animals live? The animals live in the forest. If we are cutting down the forest, if the forest cut, then where do they live? They shift places, they shift their places. They come back to the enter villages. Yes or no, Ans?
Yes, ma'am.
If forest, we cut down the forest, then they shift their places. If no trees are there, then where do they live? Then where they get the food also? They are not getting the food. So they enter the villages and they for the eating only, for the searching of the food. So they enter to the villages. Then it is very dangerous to us. Yes or no? Because they are the wild animals. If the forests are cut, then what happen? What are the effects? Who will be what? Harmful? Yeah, what are the effects? So change in the ecosystem and the extinction of plants. So what is the change? Already we know about the ecosystem, how they are dependent with each other. Like these are the plant eaters. Who are they? The deer. The plant eaters, so we can say these are the herbivores. Already we have discussed, right, Hans? Those who are the plant eaters, we can tell them are the herbivores. And what happened? Those who are eating the plant, they are the plant eaters. So that these deer are dependent on the plant, right? And who is eating to the deer? The tiger, the lion. They are the flesh eaters. So they are dependent on them. So like this will be what? Imbalance. The ecosystem will be imbalanced. Because of deforestation. Then habitat fragmentation. Their habitat, they lost their habitat. So habitat fragmentation. And habitat fragmentation happens when large habitats are divided into smaller ones. That means in a large habitat, how they are dependent with each other. In previous chapter, if you turn your pages also, if you forgot, then you can see also a large habitat. how they are dependent with each other. Like in a pond, how the small fishes, the big fishes are eating to the small fishes. Yes? Did you remember? Habitat. Okay. That means how this will be affect. That means the food chain. The food chain will be also affected because of this the deforestation. Hmm? Because all are dependent with each other. So that's why because of deforestation, what happened? Habitat fragmentation happens when large habitats are divided into smaller ones because of the deforestation. And separating all the species are lived there and depend on each other. And they should be separated. Some are shifting from one place to another places. And those animals, those who are depend to them, then they will hamper. Okay, what they will eat. Understood, Ans? Ans, is it clear? Are you hear me? Ans, are you hear me?
Yes.
So how they are dependent each other, then the habitat, this will be what the bigger the habitat fragmentation happens when the large habitat is divided into smaller habit in small parts. Okay. So what is soil erosion? Already we know soil erosion. If we are cutting, if the soil they absorb the water, the root are absorbing the water from the soil. Yes, Hans?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, the root are absorbing the water from the soil. And in what in rainy season, so the root are absorbing the water. Then what happen? Also, they are very tightly hold the soil. The root. Understood? The root are very tightly what hold the soil. So in flood area, if trees are there, then what it can reduce because though there will be no soil erosion. Okay, let us watch this video, then after that I'll tell you what is soil erosion. So soil erosion means
Deforestation. Although the development of houses for people is
no, another video is this.
cutting down trees is known as deforestation. Although the development of houses for people is important, what about the homes of the innocent animals that live in the forest presently? Has anybody given any thought to them? All of these animals and the forest itself help the environment. From the smallest insect to the largest animal, from the tiniest seed to the biggest tree,
So all are dependent.
all of them help something known as the ecosystem. An ecosystem is when plants, animals, and organisms in an area interact with each other and their environments, such as
See, this is the ecosystem. That means these all are dependent with each other. This is the ecosystem. Did you remember already we have finished with this chapter? That means the plant, it depends on this, and the deer also, they are eating the plant and they are eating the deer. So these all are what dependent with each other. If we cut down the trees, then what they will eat? The deer, because the no tree will be there. Then if what the deer will eat? Then the deer, the tigers and lions, what they will eat if deers are not there? Understood?
weather and earth. Here are the effects of deforestation. Extinction. Through the act of deforestation, many plants and insects become extinct because of their homes being destroyed.
Why they becomes extinct also? Extinct means what is means extinct? Means they lost permanently, they will lost because of their habitat loss. What they don't have any shelter, they don't have also food, then they permanently lost. We can't see like dinosaur. Can you see the dinosaur? Dinosaur is here with us now. Yes, Hans, I want response. You are not saying anything today. Hans?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, dinosaur is with us now.
No.
No. So some animals they lost also. They because of their food loss, their habitat loss, because of deforestation. Okay.
Under the big trees, there are often no little trees. When the big trees are cut down, there will be nothing to replace them other than housing developments. Habitat fragmentation. This is where homes are disturbed and animals are caused to move into other habitats that are already occupied. As you can imagine, this causes conflict and fighting, along with
What happened? Because as they lost their habitat, then what happened? If this area is cutted down, then what happened? These animals are moved to this area, right, Hans?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, already they have also some animals are there. They occupied that place. If they are coming to here, then what happened? Fighting between them. Yes or no? If this is
Yes.
your place, then I'll go there. Then can you give me some place? No, fighting is there because you occupied your place already. Understood? I'm giving you one example. So if this area is cutted down, then what happened? These animals should be shifted to other places, and in that places already there are also some animals are occupied this place. So what happened? There should be conflict. There should be what? Fighting. So because of this also some animals will dead.
disturbed, and animals are caused to move into other habitats that are already occupied. As you can imagine, this causes conflict and fighting, along with homelessness and lack of food. Soil erosion. When trees and
Listen, soil erosion. This is also very important.
plants are removed, the rain washes all of the nutrients in the top of the soil away. As you probably already know, soil allows plants to grow and for gas exchanges to happen between the land and air. Soil also provides habitat for most of the organisms on Earth. It holds and cleans water and recycles nutrients. Flooding. When it rains really heavily in certain areas, trees act as an interceptor. This means that they behave like umbrellas. They hold the water and store it. This reduces the severity of flooding. Desertification. Destroying the plant life here means that the soil will become exposed to harsh winds. The salt in the sand will fall on top of the ground.
The soil will not go because the roots are absorbing the soil very tightly. If it is raining, then the soil will be washed otherwise. Because of the trees, the soil, there will be no soil erosion.
Causing a lack of growth.
So that's why in the river bank, there are a lot of trees are there. Why? This is the reason only because of the reason of soil erosion. When flood is happening, the trees, they can save it because they hold the soil very tightly. So there should be no flood.
What's left is a desert. Furthermore, when trees are cut down, sunlight is more exposed. This causes evaporation of the lakes, which in turn limits water supplies. Pollution. Amongst wood, oil and gas are used in various ways to develop houses. This causes lots of smoke and pollution, which is extremely damaging for the environment. Climate change. Trees take a lot of carbon dioxide from the air, which reduces the rate of global.
Okay, the trees, they absorb the pollutant gases from the atmosphere. It also they absorb the carbon dioxide from the environment. That's why trees are the purifiers. They are the purifiers, air purifiers. They purify the air. If we are cutting down the trees, then what happens? Who will purify the air? Understood?
Warming. If trees are cut down, the rate of global warming increases. Lastly, but importantly, trees provide lots of oxygen for us to breathe. The fewer trees there are, the less oxygen there is in the air.
Hope you understood from the video. So what is soil erosion? So soil, yes. So soil erosion is a gradual process that occurs when the impact of water or wind what detaches and removes the soil particles, causing the soil to destroyed. Okay, that means when as we know, the tree is holding the soil very tightly because of wind. If heavy wind is there, is also reduced. Yes or no? Soil erosion. Then what happen in flood also? The soil is washed out in water, so that's why this causes the soil erosion, and it removes the soil particles, causing the soil to destroyed, and soil destruction and low water quality due to the erosion and surface runoff, and that have become severe problem in the wildlife. And because of the less trees, more soil erosion. If less trees are there, then the soil will be erosion. More soil erosion. So that's why, as I say that in a river bank, we can see many trees are there because of it can reduce the soil erosion. So why do flooding happens? Why do flooding happens? If we cut down the trees, then who can hold the soil tightly? When flood is coming, then what happens? The soil will washed out. So deforestation cause increase in erosion and flooding. The root system hold the soil together to slow the rate of flood. Okay, and the root of the trees can hold the soil very tightly, so it can reduce the soil erosion. So the root system hold the soil together to slow the rate of flooding and reduce erosion. So trees themselves also absorb the water during rainy season. Yes or no? As we know, trees also need water. So in rainy season, the trees also can absorb the water, the roots. So when the trees are removed from the environment, the rainy season can have what happen in the rainy season? Who will absorb that water also? No, na. So these are many reasons because of the deforestation. So what cause this? Destrification. Destrification means human activities. The human activities. That means we are also the main reason for of this, the deforestation. Who is doing the deforestation? We are only cutting down the trees. So human activities that contribute to destrification include the expansion and intensive use of agriculture. Because of the agriculture, we want land, very big land. So that's why we are cutting down the trees. And also poor irrigation practices and deforestation and overgrazing. Because of these are the reason, because of this we are destroy the forest. Okay, Ans? These are the reason we are destroying the forest. Now, this is the cooperative learning. Fewer trees leads to fewer oxygen. Yes or no? Explain. Then less trees, more soil erosion. Do you agree? If
Yes.
trees are there, then also we can get less oxygen, right? Ans? Ans, are you hearing? Are you hear me?
Yes.
If less trees are there, if the trees are few, then can it gives us more oxygen? Yeah, less oxygen.
Ma'am, less oxygen.
Less oxygen. So what happens? It is a bad impact, na? Then less
Yeah.
trees. If less trees, see how the trees root are holding the soil. Can you see? The trees root are holding the soil very tightly. So when flood is coming, then what happen? It will, if trees are not there, then it will wash out the soils. So it can reduce the flood. It can reduce the soil erosion. So less trees means more soil erosion. Is this clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Understood the concept very well.
Yes.
Okay. So this is the last one. Then after that you have the game. So deforestation, reason and effects. Take the screenshot of this, dear.
Ma'am, iska.
Because whatever we learned, this all are here. All points are here. Deforestation, the reason. What are the reason? What are the reasons?
Ma'am, I take it.
See, what are the reason for deforestation? Urban development, cultivation, grazing, timber, fibers, combustion. So these all are the deforestation, the reason. So why deforestation? Why we are cutting down the trees? And what are the effect? वो होने से क्या होता है environment को? What are the effects? Because of this soil erosion, flooding, flood आता है, ठीक है? Desertification, then climate change, the loss of habitat. Sorry, loss habitat, the animals they lost their home, and loss of valuable species. That means some animals also were dead because of this, because of deforestation. Is this clear? What is the reason of deforestation and what are the effects? Good job. Now there is a game. Are you ready for the game?
Yes.
Ha.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, consequence of deforestation and causes of deforestation. That means what are the cause of deforestation? Downside. See, you have to drag and drop. Which one is the loss of economy? What are the cause of deforestation? That means why we are doing cutting down the trees. Downside.
मैम आगे का पेज नहीं दिखाई दे रहा है.
दिखाई नहीं दे रहा है आपको? Can you see now?
No.
Okay, let me share this again. Can you see now?
Yes.
Okay. So what are the cause of deforestation? Now tell me industrialization. Because of industrial use, we are cutting down the trees. So these are the causes. One only I have done. I'll send the link to you, then you will play. So consequence of deforestation. What are the effects? What happened? Less rainfall. Because of this, less rainfall is happening. So like this, you have to choose, then at last you have to submit your answer so that you know what is your score. Is this clear for you?
Yes, ma'am.
Can I send the link?
Yes.
Open your chat box.
Right.
Quickly finish it, then we have the quiz also.
Okay.
First, what are the causes of deforestation? Then after that, choose consequence of deforestation. Because of deforestation, क्या होता है? What are the effects?
Submit answer. Tick 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 tock tock tick tock tock. मैम हो गया.
Good boy. Right? What is your score? Okay. Did you understood? Did you enjoy?
Yes, ma'am.
Now come to here. So there is an activity also. What is habitat fragmentation? Means how the habitat will affect because of deforestation. So what is deforestation, Ans?
Deforestation.
Yes.
Deforestation is the permanent
Yes.
destruction of the forest.
Forest. Very good. Very good. Why are the trees are important? Why are the trees are important?
Yes,
Why are the trees important?
because of our environment.
So trees are important because trees gives us oxygen. We also need trees for many reasons. Trees gives us food also. Trees gives us wood. Trees gives us medicines. Yes, we are eating different parts of the what trees. Trees also give shelter to many animals. So that's why trees are very important. We can say trees are our best friend, our green friend, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So we have to cut down the trees and we have to plant more trees.
We have to plant more trees.
Oh, very good, around us because it purifies the air. Now there is another worksheet. Indication match the words with the images. Which is deforestation, which is afforestation, which reforestation. Reforestation means planting the trees. Then ecosystem, which one is the ecosystem? Then which one is forest degradation? Then slash and burn. Okay, then you have to finish this. Okay, what is the time? It is 48. Let us quiz time now. I'll share the link in your WhatsApp number. Okay, Ansh?
Okay.
Can you discuss otherwise? Okay, and you have to choose this. Means match. This is a matching game. Okay, you have to match this A, B, C, D. You have to write down here. Which one is what image? Then at last finish button. Then you can check your answer. Is this clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Let me give you the homework. So this is a game, another game for you. Then learn with fun. What is deforestation? What is soil erosion? Then less trees, less oxygen. You have to explain that. Draw and color the beautiful forest. Wow, so beautiful. If trees are there, the animals they can live very happily. Okay. Now quiz time.
ना यार सी मैं दमन की मम्मी की ऑफिस में
Now open the chat box quickly and click on that link. Good. Read all the question carefully and give the answer. Choose the correct one. 7 questions are there. Deforestation is to do with what? Trees, land and water. Easy. Who causes deforestation? What are some of the trees used for? What is the land used for when it is cleared for trees? Climate change. gas erosion is when the soil is not healthy. Soil erosion. Makes more sense. Good. Very good answer. Okay, one question is wrong only, all are right. Good, very good. Acha, fifth, which question is wrong? Fifth one. Climate changes. The changing of the rainforest by humans, the changing of the rivers and ocean, the changing of the weather. Climate change. The changing of the weather. Okay.
Okay.
So, yes. So, what we learn today? Quick revision.
We will learn deforestation.
Deforestation. What are the reason for deforestation?
Deforestation is the permanent destruction of the forests in order
Who
to
are
make
doing that job? Who are doing that job? कौन
Yes,
करते
ma'am.
हैं वो सब? Who are doing deforestation?
humans.
Humans only. Why? Because of what they need. That means of agriculture, for setting new cities and shopping malls, and also for urban uses. So because of this reason, deforestation is happening. Okay. So what are the effects on that for the environment? Because of deforestation, habitat loss, then some animals also extinction of animals. Then what? The food chain will also affect, soil erosion. So these are the effects of deforestation. Is this clear, Ansh? Ansh, clear, beta?
Yes, ma'am.